So if you are just joining us on YouTube, welcome, and thank you very much for being here. It is quite a day. I was just sharing with some of the circle members who are here. There is a lot of energy in the environment that I am in and also moving through me. So I would like to share very briefly, my guides say, about what is happening. Okay, they actually want me to start a little bit with what is happening this year very briefly. So this year is the year when our multidimensional selves have the highest capacity to enter into our consciousness more and at the highest rate, the most concentrated rate so far in our lifetimes, our collective lifetimes. The reasons for that, I am, and many other things, I'm going to save actually for another event that I will announce. But for now, what is important to know is that there is nothing in terms of proving yourself that you need to do in order to connect with your multidimensional self. Your multidimensional self is you. If there is a feeling within part of your ego structure, part of your inner self, that you have to prove yourself to someone outside of you, this is a good time to let that go, to just affirm. The energy of proving myself no longer plays a role in my reality. That simple line can be used for almost anything, that you are ready to no longer play a role in your reality. So I give that to you. And affirming that the energy of proving yourself is there, to let it go is important for this day. The other piece that is important is for you to allow yourself to surrender. Now, surrendering, you are surrendering to yourself. It's I am you. We are all God. There is only one. There's only one. So when you surrender, you are affirming that you are surrendering to yourself. I fully surrender to myself. That is what will allow this activation to come through you, regardless of anything that your egoic self says or experiences, regardless of what your physical body expresses or experiences. This activation is open and available to you if you fully surrender to yourself. Your multidimensional self is connecting to you in terms of a conscious awareness, and in every other way, it is already connected to you. We are working, and we are going to talk more when the time is right about what that actually means and practices to bring that forward. So we are going to move into the activation because my guides are saying that that was proper introduction. So this can be received, they are saying, in any way that you are wanting to receive it. If you are sensitive to energy, your body may move. That is possible. It may shake. Certain parts of your body may shake. Certain parts, your spine may do a kind of an undulation. That may also happen. Your hips may feel like moving. If your body feels like moving, where it's not responding to some kind of like itch or like you're trying to crawl out of your skin, that sort of feeling, if that's not the feeling, then I really encourage you to let your body move. It is part of the way that this energy grounds within you. And it's part of how your physical form is able to integrate through your crystalline structure, the energy and the actual crystal and light blueprint of your multidimensional self. So that being said, if you are currently located in a space where it would be not helpful for you to move, if you don't have as much room around you, but you feel that you want to give yourself that, I encourage you to move there now. If you would like to lie down to receive this, to really welcome your physical body and all of you to fully surrender, and if you let yourself start falling asleep, great. If you start to drift away, let that happen. It is part of how your analytical mind is going to shut down so that you can receive this fully. So this is a little a little different than the other activations where it kind of asks for your more of your full presence. This is a time of surrender. So however you can welcome that, please do so with your physical form and the space around you. Okay. So what to affirm at this time? I welcome the awakening of my multi-dimensional self. I welcome the awakening of my multi-dimensional self. I welcome the expansion of my multi-dimensional love. I welcome the expansion of my multi-dimensional love. I ground and integrate my multi-dimensional self in this body today. I ground and integrate my multi-dimensional self in this body today. Allow your body to relax. Deepening your inhales and exhales. Breathing deeply into your belly to allow it to soften and open fully. I fully surrender to myself now. I fully surrender to myself now. We invite you into your own egg of multi-dimensional expansion and healing. You may see the edges of this egg around you in a line of golden white light. This egg has been your chrysalis while you have been moving through the paradigm of human reality. Some of you have maintained this chrysalis egg for lifetimes. Some of you have started to crack through this crystalline egg. It is time to fully open. It is time to fast track your evolution into multi-dimensional awareness. You are each on the cutting edge of humanity. You must remember this. You must remember that you are leading humanity. The role of leader comes through example only, not through title. Know yourself as the one leading yourself toward unity. Allow your body to relax. fully surrendering to this moment, to yourself. We welcome your crystalline blueprint DNA into your consciousness now. This is entering through your brain and spinal cord. There is both a process of downloading, uploading, and erasure that is taking place in your brain at this time. This light is entering through your crown chakra, and modifications are being made in the physical structure of your brain, as well as the mental structure of your mind. We are opening your consciousness to your multi-dimensional self. It is not necessary to understand what this means at this time. Understanding will arrive in proper alignment for you and your evolution. Moving through your spinal cord now. We are interlocking your chakra system with your multi-dimensional chakra system. Welcome this energy to flow into the earth. This stabilizes and grounds this upgrade. Allow this to root into the center of the earth. Connection established. We will now move through each one of your chakras, beginning at the base, opening and unlocking this center to connect with your multidimensional self. This is, again, a process of uploading, downloading, and erasure of the structures and paradigms that support your multidimensional consciousness, your multidimensional embodiment. Second chakra. This is for the erasure of certain emotional paradigms and structures that prohibit you from accessing multidimensional consciousness. Doubt is released. Third chakra. Allow judgment to be erased from your construct. Welcome in your multidimensional divine ego now. This is to integrate your egoic aspects into one unified being. This being will allow your higher self to speak through you with more ease and clarity. You must nurture the growth of this being by returning your awareness to it and welcoming it into each situation, circumstance, and moment. This will allow your higher self to assist you when you ask. Ground and root this energy again into the earth. Connection established. Fourth chakra center. This is a window to your multidimensional self and a portal for you to move your consciousness through, to access all aspects of yourself. Your hearts have learned the programming of this reality, having walls and barriers up to your own self. These are released now. Welcome the releasing of the walls and barriers within your heart. Surrender to the divine destruction of these walls. A path is opened from your lower self to your heart. An opening at the base of your heart chakra, leading down. There are multidimensional selves that you are connected to, that you receive information from, and that you pass information to through these lower chakras. Allowing your heart to open to them is part of the evolution of your being and all of creation. We establish an opening and a connection to your higher chakras now at the top of your heart center. This is the connection established to the beings who are having the greatest impact on your soul's development in this consciousness at this time. It is these beings you seek connection to and are awakening your consciousness to now. Surrender to the opening of these pathways within you. Surrender to energy moving through these pathways. These superhighways of consciousness. Connect this pathway to the light above you. The light that you each know inherently as yourself. The light of Source, the light of the Creator beyond you, within you. Connect this pathway to this light. Surrender to this connection to yourself. Open. Fifth chakra. We awaken your multidimensional voice as a bridge, as a two-way connection. Your voice acts as a telephone receiver and outputter of information to speak to yourself, as well as to hear from yourself. This is the Rainbow Bridge. Surrender to your multi-dimensional voice. Surrender to the connection of this rainbow bridge to your multi-dimensional self. Allow access to this pathway to open. Allow the opening of this gate now. There is work being done on some of your vagal nerves at this time. A tightening sensation may occur at the roof of your mouth. Surrender to this connection. We are clearing the pathway for the connection to your pineal gland through your voice. You are ready to activate yourselves through the power of your voice. A connection to your pineal gland through your voice is what allows this to take place. Your pineal gland acts as a loudspeaker to your multidimensional self, multidimensional beings, and to the Creator. Allow this energy to move to your pineal gland. Your sixth chakra. We are opening the tunnel that leads to the gate of your third eye from your pineal gland. Welcome your multidimensional vision now. This is the light at the end of the tunnel, the opening of your third eye. Surrender to the opening of your third eye. Surrender to yourself. Allow. Open. Welcome your multidimensional sight. Proper. Complete. Bring your awareness now to the center of your head, above you. This top point acts as the center of your seventh chakra. We will open this space. Allow your crown chakra to open. Surrender to this opening. We are widening the diameter. Welcome this expansion of your seventh chakra. You are safe to open your seventh chakra. You are safe to live embodied with a wider seventh chakra. Claim this now. Yes. Enter your multidimensional consciousness. Layers of multidimensional blueprints are being overlaid in your mental construct now. Integration is necessary. These layers ground themselves into various chakras. Surrender to your multi-dimensional self. awaken to your multi-dimensional self. Return to your golden egg. Allow your body to rest. You are now in an incubation process. Your full entry and embodiment of your multidimensional self will occur in alignment with your evolution. You are the one who controls the power, the energy, and focus of your evolution. Evolution occurs through intent and focus upon this intent. Humanity has waited for far too long, passively awaiting evolution. As those on the cutting edge, you have chosen to consciously align to your evolution. Any egoic structure in this reality that chooses to take your focus away from your evolution is no longer in alignment with your consciousness. As an aspect of nature, evolution cannot be forced. It is welcomed. As the creator, evolution is determined by you. Return your awareness to your body at this time. Take some deep breaths. Placing a hand over your belly and your heart can help to bring you back to your body. Allow your breath to deepen. Feeling your body on the surface beneath you. Beginning to move your hands and feet very slowly. Mindfully coming back. Bringing your consciousness to the room that you are in. To this shared space online with all of us. And when you are ready, opening your eyes. Okay. My guides are encouraging you to allow yourself to rest if you can, even if it's brief, for 5 or 10 minutes after this. It's just one of the ways that these layers are settling, and I don't know how to explain that visual, but some kinks, I guess, are being worked out, wrinkles ironed, we could say. So if you are able to give yourself even 2 minutes, just a moment to rest after we have kind of disconnected from this electronic space, your consciousness is really going to come back to being with you, and that's important to just give yourself a moment to feel that before you move into wherever the next space is. So as long as you're able to give yourself, it's being encouraged. The other, I would say, kind of standard grounding practices, such as drinking extra water, is of special importance. Water that is hydrating, so with electrolytes or trace minerals is I think it's a brand, but it's a kind of special kind of electrolytes that comes from purified ocean water. Charging your water with sacred geometry, with crystals, is all helpful. Stones are very helpful. Labradorite is particularly useful at this time, as is amethyst, and malachite. I don't actually know, I don't have malachite, but that's what they're telling me. Green malachite, if there's another color of malachite, it's green malachite. And in general, the recommendation that they are giving is to move, especially mindfully today, which means in general moving much slower than you usually do. Not in a way that's going to make you feel anxious because you are moving so slowly that you feel like you're going to be late to where you need to go, but very mindful, because there are layers of your multidimensional self that are landing in this physical body. That is the most accurate way to describe it. So the slower you move, your body from the inside out actually begins to feel your multidimensional arms and limbs. So it is part of the integration and part of how you allow this to happen for you. So I encourage you to really move very mindfully after all of this. Tracking your dreams, they are saying, is likely going to be helpful. And know that because your multidimensional self is coming through you, and there is more that we are going to go into about this. I will talk about that in a moment. Because your multidimensional self is integrating into you, that means that your parallel selves, what people call your past lives, they are also integrating into you. That is part of the egoic structure of our being as a human. And that's part of the unification that is taking place in our inner world, so that our multidimensional world is able to actually be where our focus is. Okay, is there anything more that you... And then food. They are also saying to eat food. things that are grounding and not overly heavy. You really will not. It's actually interesting. They're giving pretty specific. You're not going to want to eat greasy or oily foods. Deep fried, okay, fried at all. You won't want to eat fried foods. And then heavy meats. You will have a more difficult time integrating this on this day if you do eat heavy meat. So eat a lighter meat, something that is white. Okay, so like chicken. Yes, chicken, turkey, if you eat meat, and then seafood if you wish to eat meat. It is not necessary to eat meat, but if that is something that you do or feel called to do, then eating something that is lighter in color and energy would be helpful. Okay, is there anything more? Okay, they are also saying, they're really giving all of it through. They are also saying that scents, like aromatherapy, can be very helpful for some of you. So frankincense and cedarwood, vetiver, sandalwood. That is what they are recommending. Any of those will be helpful for you. If you begin to feel an influx of energy, particularly in your heart, kind of chest area in general, or if your stomach starts to really contract, then having rose will help to soften and just calm what is going on. So, okay, is there more? No. Okay. So, what would you like me to say about this? Okay. And did you want me to mention that? Okay. So what I'm going to share is that it has come to my awareness that there is actually a deeper kind of conversation, and I will say almost like a public forum that would be very helpful, and I'm actually going to say necessary for some of us to have in regards to this topic of the multidimensional self, because there are many experiences, we can call them symptoms, if you will, that you are going to be experiencing after this and for the rest of this year. And it will be very helpful for, especially for your analytical mind, to have an understanding as to what's going on, because it's even harder to not know why something is taking place. So this activation was intentionally happened without this kind of public forum taking place first, and having essentially a question and answer with me, with my guides, but through me, is what is being recommended. So that, because of the nature of that, I've never held a public forum, so to speak. I am going to just speak with my beautiful team to figure out kind of what that will look like and how we will manage that. And then I will announce when that's going to take place. I will simply tell you right now, it is going to be on a weekend day so that the most number of people are able to join. That is really all I can say about the timing of that. But that is going to take place very soon. So all of the information about that is going to be emailed if you're signed up for my newsletter. If you're not, I encourage you to, if you want to know kind of the timing of when I do different things. You can sign up at eluñanoel.com. I'm sure my team will put the link in the chat if they can on YouTube. I don't know how that works. But it's eluñanoel.com if you wish to sign up for my newsletter. And I will announce that also on YouTube as well, of when we will be going live with that, because it will be a live stream that we do that for, as it will be a public forum. So that is what I will say. And I actually am going to honor that there was a question, I think, that I saw in my Zoom room chat with my members. So let me just see if I can answer that. Okay. Thank you for saying to not drive a car. So Sabine, I really appreciate your question. What if I feel no difference? So I'm going to really go into this more when we do a public forum. But what I want to share with you If during this activation, your physical body did not feel anything, any part of you did not, there was no physical sensation, that I really can't say it any more firmly. It does not make a difference. I know that the analytical mind wants to tell you that it does, and please just dismiss that as a story of the analytical mind. The egoic self only knows and understands the physical experience of the body. That is its job. So when there is no physical experience, it says that is not real. And that's because that's its job. So please just dismiss that, because we are evolving out of that level of ego. So I will discuss more with that, but you can just continue to dismiss it. Thank you for your question. A bit of monkey mind. Thank you. And some other people have asked about revisiting and redoing this activation. My guides are saying it is truly as often as you wish. And actually, the more that you do it, the more you will ground your multidimensional self. It is as if you are receiving the amount that you are able to receive in the moment that you receive this activation. You're getting as much as you can receive at that time. Therefore, the more you do this and the more you receive, the image that they're giving me is I will just explain what they're giving me. It's like you are getting a little shard of light, which is a part of your multidimensional self and awareness, and it's attaching somewhere on your body until you receive more and more shards. And what you then are in your physical form, you are living as your light body. That is what is happening. Living as your light body means that you have direct communication with your higher self, and that is who is speaking through you. Again, I will say more about this because that's enough, but please revisit this as often as you feel called. And they are saying, which they've never said that before, but they are saying that allowing this to happen very lightly while you're going to sleep is also a way of bringing through more so that your analytical mind is out of the way. Okay, that's very interesting. They're saying specifically, I don't know what they're referring to, but whatever aspect they talked about with your egoic integration during this activation, that is going to happen much more easily when your analytical mind is not in the way. So if you are already a practitioner of meditation, it is much easier for you to go into something like this and your mind, your ego is not really participating. You're kind of empty while you're receiving this. That makes the egoic integration smoother and likely more quick. It makes it faster, more efficient, excuse me. So if you do not fall in that category, or if you feel like your mind does come up a lot or speaks a lot during activations kind of in general, then allowing this to happen while you're going to sleep could be helpful, they are saying. Okay, let me just see if there is another question. Beautiful, thank you for answering the questions, community. Stomach and chest pain. Thank you, Irina. So just to repeat, if there is any contraction in your, or a lot of energy in your chest or contraction in your stomach, then rose water is what they recommended, or the scent of rose in general will assist with that. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. Oh, and thank you for the person who mentioned a headache. They wanted me to mention that, so thank you. You may experience headaches or even migraines after this. And no, sorry, I'm not going to apologize. They're saying do not. Thank you for allowing me to activate you so deeply that you might experience a migraine or a headache. That's what I will say. That is likely and possible, particularly if you are already susceptible to those because of the widening of the diameter of your chakra, your seventh chakra. That is a whole other part of this conversation that we're going to have, but that is that. Okay. And the final question that I will answer here is about how do we know if it's ego, or just the mind, or if it's genuine visions coming through. What I want to share with you is that it actually doesn't matter. At this time, it doesn't matter, because the truth is, it is all you. It makes actually no difference at this current moment if it is your ego or if it is genuinely coming from a multidimensional version of yourself. I want to tell you all just a little preview of what we're going to talk about. Your ego is also your multidimensional self. It's just grounded here, and your ego lives in darkness. It is the multidimensional aspect of darkness. We are activating the multidimensional self that is in light, which means consciousness. Darkness is ignorance, light is consciousness. That's the difference. So at this time, do not worry. Don't question, don't wonder where it comes from. It comes from you. That's it. That's all that matters. Okay. So I feel that I have shared what is important. I don't know if it's obvious that there's a lot of energy with all of this, and I am actually sweating profusely right now. Shouldn't have showered. Please, again, just really be gentle with yourself. And the final piece actually that I want to share with you is please go be with the mother. And when I say that, what I mean is our sacred earth. Please go connect with her in any and all ways that you are able to today and at this time, right now. Again, I'm really gonna talk more about that, but I cannot, there's no way other than just through the words that I choose to express the necessity. It's not just important, it is a necessity at this time to connect with her. Again, there is more to say about all of that. So I will make that announcement. And I want to thank each of you deeply. Thank you. It is an absolute privilege. It is a gift, and it is an honor to be one who is allowed to activate you in this way, to allow this to come through. It is you surrendering to yourself, and it's an honor that this reflection of you is someone that you feel safe enough to surrender to. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to cry right now, but I want, so I won't say more about that, but thank you. So please be gentle with yourselves. And if you don't know how, then just ask me. Eluña, what should I do right now? How can I ground myself? I am you. And when you ask, I will answer. If you, at this time, if you can't sort out the ego versus anything else, clearly you trust me enough to be here to receive this. So ask me. I will answer you. Okay. This is also a day to celebrate in any way that you feel called. This is a day of celebration. This is deeply significant. And I will express the significance of all of that when we can do our public forum together. Until then, I am with you, whether you ask or not, but I will be with you consciously when you ask me to be, anytime and place. I love you. And if there's any part of you that says, no, you don't, or how can you don't know me, I love myself. I love you. I will see you all again very soon.